We're going to go to China now, where there are a couple of distressing stories to talk through, and to take us through them is Kerry Allen, a China specialist with BBC Monitoring. That's our team which keeps a close eye on the press reports and social media that comes out all around the world. Hi, Kerry.
Hello, Zoe.
So first of all, a video has gone viral of a man forcing himself on top of a woman in China. I have to say I started to watch it, and actually I couldn't watch it because it really is quite distressing.
It is.
The video's but however, it has been watched many times, over 16 million times. Tell us a bit about what you can see in the video.
Well, this video, it's been filmed by somebody on their phone, and it's in a city, in a regional village of Meizhou in southern Guangdong province, and it shows a man literally forcing himself on top of a woman, and she's screaming, she's crying, and she's asking him, "What do you intend to do to me? You're forcing yourself on me to do what?" And he's very calm, and he says, "I'm just forcing you down." And this has got a lot of people talking because it's quite public. It's daylight, and it's on what appears to be like a public street. You can't see people in the background, but there must have been people nearby, and it's opened up a discussion on social media about people in China and the kind of cool attitude they have towards helping people, because we have seen things like this before in China where crimes are committed in daylight, and people don't want to get involved because they're afraid of being implicated in the crimes, and then being taken to court and having to fork out a lot of money.
I mean, there were a couple of, well, apart from the obvious thing that shocked me, the content of the video, and there's the fact that somebody filmed it and uploaded it and obviously didn't do anything. But also at one point the camera kind of pans around and you can see a lot of people standing watching, can't you?
Yes, after the man was arrested, there's the whole village had turned out, and they're all just standing watching. Nobody appears to be doing anything. Nobody's helping the woman. She's on the floor. She's got her hands over her eyes, and she's visibly distressed. But people are just watching the police and not helping or anything. And it's a lot of people on Sina Weibo, which is the Twitter or Facebook of China. They've been saying, "Gosh, this is so cold," and saying, yeah, she could have, something serious might have been happening to her, but nobody wanted to get involved, nobody wanted to help.
And let's turn now to another story, Kerry, that you've been working on today, and that's the story of a young mother in China selling her breast milk on the street to raise money for her child's medical bills. This is heartbreaking. Tell us more.
Yes, this one's actually relatively close to where the other one took place. It's in a big city in China, in Shenzhen, in southern Guangdong, and it's a woman who, she had twins. She's a new mother, and one of her twin daughters was sick and is now in the intensive care unit in a hospital nearby. So in order to make money, she doesn't have much money because previously her father had cancer, and she was spending a lot of money on medical care to look after him. And her husband doesn't work. So what she's been doing in a public place is standing with a sign, pictures of her child in the hospital, and she's been breastfeeding her child and selling the one child that's not in hospital. She's been breastfeeding and selling the milk to people for 10 yuan, which is about £1 or less than $1.
And that is a very sad story. I mean, obviously the concept of, I suppose, sharing breast milk, buying, selling it, is something that many countries around the world have a market in. But to see it on the roadside like that must be unusual.
It is, yes, and a lot of people have been similarly talking about this on social media and saying, "Gosh, she's basically had to sell her dignity in order to help her child." But a lot of people have been saying this is a mother's love. You would go to any extremes to help your child. So there's a bit of debate online. On Sina Weibo, users have been saying that they either support her and they want to help her, or they're saying that they think that this is going that bit too far and that she could have looked for another means of trying to help her child.
Kerry Allen, China specialist with our BBC Monitoring team. Thank you for joining us here on OS to talk about China today.